Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into practical science-backed strategies to stop cravings and take control of your appetite. I've spent years exploring how our bodies work and learning the secrets behind managing hunger effectively, and today I'm excited to share that knowledge with you. I've spent years studying how our bodies really work when it comes to controlling hunger, and I've learned that it's not about weak willpower or being a procrastinator. It's about understanding the science behind our cravings. I used to wonder why some people can sit in front of food all day yet never overeat, while I sometimes feel completely overpowered by every aroma and temptation. The truth is, it often begins not in our stomachs but in our guts. Our gut bacteria, those tiny microbes, actually influence our cravings by sending signals to our brains, making us reach for the wrong foods at the wrong times. Once I realized this, I dedicated myself to learning the best ways to keep these signals in check and maintain steady control over my appetite. I began by looking at everyday foods and beverages with a renewed perspective. Take coffee, for example. I discovered that the stimulant effect of coffee not only wakes me up, but also triggers a feeling of fullness. I'm careful to choose organic decaf when I want to avoid too much caffeine while still enjoying that sensation of satiety. Over time, I learned that even small differences in how I prepare my coffee can affect my hunger levels throughout the day. What's even more fascinating is that natural foods can work in tandem to help me manage cravings. I started incorporating avocados into my meals, not just because they're delicious, but because they contain natural chemicals that work to reduce hunger. I remember the first time I had a bowl of fresh guacamole. It filled me up almost immediately and kept me satisfied for hours. I realized that the fiber in the avocado not only prolongs fullness, but also feeds the beneficial bacteria in my gut, which in turn helps moderate my blood sugar spikes. A stable blood sugar means fewer sudden hunger pangs, and that makes a huge difference in managing my overall appetite. My journey into understanding hunger led me to research other simple yet effective solutions. I began experimenting with dark chocolate that had a high percentage of cocoa, ideally 90% or even 95%, because the bitterness in the chocolate is a natural suppressant, and the tiny bit of sugar it contains doesn't send my blood sugar soaring. It's an indulgence that leaves me feeling both satisfied and nutritionally boosted with a dose of magnesium. In my experience, even a small piece of high cocoa dark chocolate can be transformative when the cravings hit. Each of these adjustments, whether it's the coffee that starts my day or the avocado that nourishes my gut, has empowered me to take control of my appetite. I'm continually amazed by how much our food choices affect our mood, energy, and overall sense of well-being. When I first began my journey toward a more mindful relationship with food, I was astonished by how many natural ingredients had the power to curb cravings. I soon discovered that certain foods and even their smells can shift the way my body responds to hunger. One of my earliest revelations was about cayenne pepper. I learned that just the aroma of this spice could decrease my hunger levels significantly. It's incredible to think that something as simple as a spice in my kitchen could hold the key to controlling my appetite. I also embraced apple cider vinegar as an essential part of my regimen. Mixing a tablespoon into a glass of water became a ritual for me because it not only helped stabilize my blood sugar levels, but also provided a steady, gentle acid fuel for my body. I was amazed that something so tangy could make a profound difference. This routine, combined with my newfound knowledge, transformed how I approached every meal. Exploring further, I began to include dark chocolate in my daily diet. I realized that choosing chocolate with 90% or 95% cocoa content gave me a twofold benefit. The natural bitterness acted as a hunger suppressant, and the chocolate's magnesium content offered a subtle nutritional boost. I became mindful of my chocolate intake, always opting for the higher cocoa varieties that kept my blood sugar in check, while satisfying my cravings for something sweet. This simple switch meant I could enjoy a treat without the guilt or the subsequent crash that often follows sugary snacks. My diet began to reflect these insights in other ways too. I started paying close attention to the types of fats I consumed. For example, I learned that full-fat protein sources like eggs and fattier cuts of meat were far more effective at keeping me satiated than their leaner counterparts. This wasn't just about eating, it was about giving my body the right kind of fuel. Full-fat proteins work slowly in my body, which means I could maintain a balanced energy level without those dreaded spikes and dips in my blood sugar that often led to sudden, intense hunger. I also began to experiment with timing and combinations. I found that pairing these ingredients together created a synergy that made each meal more satisfying. The interplay between the fibre from fruits and vegetables and the healthy fats I was incorporating provided a dual action effect, one that not only fed my body, but also fed my mind with the sense of fullness. I realised that every bite was an opportunity to nourish both my body and my gut, which in turn helped regulate my cravings throughout the day. Every discovery along this path has reaffirmed for me that managing hunger isn't about constant struggle. It's about making informed choices. By understanding how natural ingredients work together, I've been able to create a dietary approach that keeps my cravings in check and empowers me to lead a healthier life. Each adjustment, from adding cayenne pepper to choosing the right type of chocolate, has been a step toward a more balanced and fulfilling relationship with food. In my ongoing quest to tame my appetite and manage my cravings, I've explored a variety of natural remedies that have made a profound impact on my daily life. One of the most transformative discoveries for me was the role of green tea. I learned that green tea contains a powerful chemical known as EGCG, which has an impressive ability to suppress appetite. I started incorporating green tea into my morning routine and noticed a steady reduction in my hunger throughout the day. The ritual of brewing and sipping that warm cup not only offered a moment of calm, but also set a positive tone for the rest of my meals. Another addition that changed my relationship with food was bone broth. I wasn't sure what to expect at first, but after trying it, I was amazed by how quickly it made me feel satisfied. The rich, savoury flavour of bone broth provided the comfort of a full meal without the heaviness. It's almost as if every sip filled a nutritional gap and sent signals to my brain that I'd had enough. Over time, I realised that bone broth wasn't just a stopgap measure, it was an essential part of my approach to managing hunger. Equally important was the inclusion of high-quality, protein-rich meals. I began to rely on eggs and red meat, not only for their protein content, but also because they offered a balanced mix of essential amino acids and nutrients. I learned that high-quality proteins, especially when paired with a little fat, created a slower, more controlled release of energy. This was crucial for me because it meant my body wasn't overwhelmed by rapid insulin spikes that often resulted in sudden crashes and renewed cravings. I vividly recall the difference between a lean protein meal and a full-fat protein meal. The latter left me feeling consistently satiated and energized. Ginger was another surprising ally in my journey. I started adding fresh ginger to my dishes, intrigued by its ability to stimulate digestive juices. This simple addition not only improved the flavour of my meals, but also enhanced my body's capacity to extract nutrients efficiently. Over time, I noticed that meals enriched with ginger made me feel fuller longer, which was a significant advantage in managing my overall food intake. These dietary adjustments were not isolated changes. They became a part of a larger, integrated approach to wellness. By choosing green tea, bone broth, and high-quality proteins, I was addressing my hunger from multiple angles, physically, chemically, and even emotionally. I began to see that the key to controlling appetite was not a single magic bullet, but rather a combination of strategies that worked synergistically. Each choice reinforced the other, creating a steady balance that allowed me to enjoy food without feeling controlled by it. I often reflect on how much more empowered I feel now. Instead of constantly battling hunger and fluctuating energy levels, I'm equipped with a set of reliable, natural tools that help me maintain a steady, satisfying level of fullness. It's a holistic approach that touches every part of my life, and I'm excited to continue refining it. Every meal, every sip, every spice is now a deliberate act of self-care, a way to honour my body and its needs. As I delved deeper into the science of appetite control, I found that the simple act of choosing the right foods could transform my daily routine. One of the most pivotal changes in my journey was shifting my focus to vegetables, especially dark leafy greens like lettuce and other greens. I discovered that these vegetables, rich in fibre and nutrients, could create a powerful sense of fullness when paired with healthy fats like olive oil. When I drizzled olive oil over my greens, I wasn't just adding flavour, I was also enhancing the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins and other critical nutrients. This combination consistently left me feeling nourished and satisfied, reducing the urge to snack mindlessly between meals. I also started to explore the benefits of MCT oil, which I extract from coconut. Unlike other fats, MCT oil is quickly converted into ketones, a type of fuel that my body uses more efficiently than glucose in certain circumstances. I was pleasantly surprised to learn that this switch in fuel source not only boosted my energy levels, but also had a stabilizing effect on my appetite. Incorporating MCT oil into my diet has been an eye-opening experience, teaching me that not all fats are created equal. It's about finding those unique fats that work harmoniously with my body's metabolism, keeping me energized and curbing those unwelcome hunger pangs. Turmeric quickly became another cornerstone of my dietary adjustments. I began adding turmeric to my meals, and I noticed an unexpected benefit, a feeling of increased satisfaction after eating. Beyond its known anti-inflammatory properties, turmeric seemed to have a subtle role in keeping my hunger in check. Coupled with a focus on overall nutrition, every meal felt like a step toward a more balanced and healthful lifestyle. I wasn't content to stop there. Recognizing that even micronutrients can influence my hunger levels, I made it a point to ensure I was getting enough zinc in my diet. I learned that a deficiency in zinc can lead to excessive hunger, so I began incorporating zinc-rich foods and, when necessary, supplements. This attention to detail made all the difference. It wasn't just about the big components like protein and fat, but also about the small but critical elements that support overall well-being. The more I experimented with these ingredients, the more I realized that managing appetite isn't about a one-size-fits-all solution. It's a tapestry of choices, each interwoven to create a sense of balance. By focusing on dark leafy greens, olive oil, MCT oil, turmeric and zinc, I found a powerful synergy that reined in my cravings. I started to see a pattern. The right combination of food can not only satisfy my hunger, but also nourish my body in a way that leaves me feeling whole and energetic. These choices have reshaped my daily habits, allowing me to approach each meal as a deliberate act of care, one that supports both my body and mind. Every day, I remind myself that my journey toward better appetite control is an ongoing process of discovery. I remain curious about how each food interacts with my body, and I'm grateful for the natural, simple ways I can harness the power of nutrition to support my health. It's a process that requires mindfulness and consistency, and I embrace it wholeheartedly as a path toward a more balanced, fulfilling life. I've learned that the secret to mastering my appetite often lies in the small details, those ingredients I once overlooked but now cherish for their unique benefits. Kombucha tea became one of those revelations. Although it isn't a traditional tea, I've grown to appreciate its tangy, carbonated nature. Even a half glass of kombucha, especially when I dilute it with water, has the remarkable effect of calming my hunger. Its lactic acid content feeds my gut bacteria, sending reassuring signals to my brain that I'm full and content. This simple drink has become a reliable part of my strategy for managing cravings throughout the day. Grapefruit also found its way into my routine. I discovered that grapefruit contains certain chemicals that provide a natural sense of satisfaction, helping to temper my desire for more food. I often enjoy it as a refreshing snack, and its slightly bitter profile complements my overall approach to controlling hunger. Along with grapefruit, I started incorporating arugula into my salads. Arugula has a distinctive bitterness that supports my liver's natural processes, and interestingly, leaves me feeling more satiated compared to milder lettuces. A crucial lesson I learned was the importance of fibre. Whether I'm consuming vegetables, berries, or whole fruits, fibre plays a central role in buffering my blood sugar levels. Every time I include fibre-rich foods in my meals, I notice a significant reduction in the rapid spikes and subsequent dips in my blood sugar. This stability translates directly into fewer and less intense hunger pangs. I realized that by simply increasing my fibre intake, I was setting myself up for longer periods of satiety and energy. Equally enlightening was my exploration of protein quality. I discovered that full-fat proteins are far superior in keeping my hunger at bay compared to their lean counterparts. For instance, I found that whey protein, while popular, can cause a rapid insulin spike, which in turn makes me feel hungry sooner. Instead, I opt for whole eggs, fattier cuts of meat, and even fattier fish. These protein sources, enriched with healthy fats, create a more gradual release of energy and help me maintain a balanced blood sugar level throughout the day. Each of these choices, kombucha tea, grapefruit, arugula, fibre-rich foods, and full-fat proteins, has become a vital part of my daily regimen. They work together in a synergistic way, allowing me to take control of my cravings and maintain a consistent sense of fullness. It's a subtle yet profound shift in how I approach eating. I no longer see my meals as a series of battles against hunger. Instead, I view them as opportunities to nourish myself in a thoughtful, measured manner. This comprehensive approach to nutrition has not only reduced my cravings, but also improved my overall well-being. My ongoing commitment to this lifestyle means that I continuously refine my food choices based on how my body responds. I remain open to new ingredients and methods that might further enhance this balance, always guided by the principle that the right nutrition is the foundation of true well-being. This integrated approach, combining gentle exercise, adequate sleep, and deliberate stress management, has been a game changer for me. I now understand that controlling my appetite isn't solely about the foods I consume, but also about creating a lifestyle that supports overall well-being. Every aspect of my day, from the moment I wake up until I settle in at night, contributes to my ability to stay satisfied and energized. I feel empowered knowing that I can rely on these natural, scientifically supported strategies to keep cravings at bay. Over time, I've witnessed profound changes. Not only do I feel physically better, but my mental clarity has improved as well. I've moved away from a constant preoccupation with food and toward a balanced state of mind where every meal and every minute of rest is an opportunity for nourishment and renewal. This journey has taught me that lasting health is achieved through small, consistent steps, a philosophy I embrace every day as I continue to live life on my own terms. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found these insights helpful for curbing your cravings naturally. And by understanding your cravings and making mindful choices, you can take control of your hunger and boost your overall well-being. Your support means everything. Stay curious, stay motivated, and keep exploring ways to improve your life. See you in the next video. Thank you, and keep thriving always indeed. Until next time, Stay healthy, stay empowered. Let me know which country you are watching me from in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.